Okay, hey guys, my name is Riley Mackay. Happy to be here. Excited to give my presentation today on a proposal to fix some of the inefficiencies that we're seeing in the current process for the lean sandwich shop. So I'll start by sharing my screen and we'll get started. Okay, so first I'd like to reiterate the problem as we learned earlier in the course, and that is over the past 12 months, Lean Sandwich Shop has scrapped 10% of sandwiches due to quality and productivity issues. This equates to a total loss of 21,840 sandwiches annually. That's quite a bit, obviously, right? And if we continue to leave this unresolved, that's $120,000 that we're spending in labor and scrapped materials annually. So we've got to fix this. This is the biggest problem that the company is currently facing. And in order to come up with a proper solution, I just want to dive a little bit deeper into the problem to help us maybe decipher where or kind of the root cause of that problem. Okay, so we know that the Lean Sandwich Shop has a production demand, a daily production demand of 600 sandwiches. We have a total of 36,000 seconds available every day in order to meet that production, which gives us a talk time of 60, right? So in order to be most efficient and effective and ensure that we are producing our daily demand, no single process within the entire chain should exceed our talk time, right? So just right off the bat here, we can see kind of where the red flag is, and that's within task number 3, which is adding protein to the sandwich. As it stands, we only have one employee assigned to that task, which normally should take 90 seconds, which gives us a process cycle time of 90. So again, that's really concerning. What that means is either the employee who works in task number 3 is rushing through their task, adding potentially incorrect protein or not enough protein, right? Because he or she has to move really quick in order to keep up with the demand. What that also means is all of the other subsequent employees in tasks 1 through 2 or even 4 through 7 are also rushing in order to make up for lost ground that is occurring within task number 3. So I believe this is the root cause of the problem. We have one particular task which is just far being utilized, which is causing a lot of inefficiencies throughout the entire process. So my solution is to simply combine tasks. I know it sounds maybe a little bit too easy, but I truly think this is really all that needs to be done. So I propose that we combine task number 2 and 3, 4 and 5, as well as 6 and 7, right? That reduced our total number of tasks from 7 down to 4. And by doing so, we're then able to kind of disperse our workforce and put more employees in certain tasks as needed in order to ensure that our task cycle time and process cycle time are still manageable. Now, one thing that we also discussed in this course is there's a big problem that's currently taking place within task number 5, which is placing the sandwich in the toaster, right? That task has a allotted task cycle time of 165 seconds, where 145 of that during the time that the sandwich is being toasted, employees are essentially lollygagging around, standing around, distracting other employees, and not utilizing that time productive. So by combining that task in particular to task number 4, we effectively are able to reduce 145 seconds, again, the time that it takes to toast the sandwich. We're able to just remove that altogether from the equation, right? Because the employee puts the sandwich in the toaster and quickly returns back to task number 4 to add vegetables and toppings to another sandwich, right? So task number 4 normally was taking 120 seconds, but we did add 20 seconds to that to account for the time that it might take the employee to take the sandwich, place it into the toaster, and return to his or her workstation. So by doing this, we were able to accomplish two really important things. That is, A, reducing our total headcount from 12 employees down to 2, or from 12 employees down to 10. And we were then still able to manage or acquire a process cycle time within each of those tasks less than our talk time of 60, right? The highest being 53 within task 2 and 3. So huge win. Additionally, with a talk time of 53, that allows the Lean Sandwich Shop to even increase their production capacity from 600 sandwiches to 680 if needed. So again, not only are we able to reduce our headcount, but we're able to increase our capacity, our production capacity as needed. So just a big win, really simple solution, and calls for some good savings. So here is the Lean Sandwich Shop work cell that I created. It is based off the ratchet formation, right? We have our 4 tasks, our 10 employees assigned to each of those tasks. And of course, as we learned, the way this works is the employee within task number 1 will receive work, accomplish that work, and then deliver the work to the subsequent employees in task 2 and 3. And then, of course, he will then return back to his workstation. So this is, again, the ratchet formation, and just allows for, really a really efficient process. Okay, let's talk money. Probably the most important part. So I'd like to compare the old process to the new process in terms of labor and scrap rate to be able to effectively determine the amount of savings that we'll see from this new process. So again, the old process, we had a total of 12 employees at an hourly wage rate of 15. That equates to $800 spent daily on just labor, right? The new process, by reducing our headcount of 2, we actually end up saving $300 per day. Now, if we annualize that savings, that's a total of $109,200 just in labor expenses. Now, that's not even factoring in our scrap rate, which I'm very confident that by introducing this new solution, we can reduce our scrap rate from 10% to 5%, which again is a total of $60,000 in additional savings, right? Because before, we were spending $120,000 on wasted materials. Now we're only actually spending $60,000. So that's a total savings of $169,000, and we didn't even need to, we didn't need any capital investments. We didn't have to add workforce. In fact, we reduced workforce. All we did was consolidate our tasks into a more efficient and better flowing Kanban system. And, just that alone will allow us to save $169,000 annually. So again, conclusion, simply combining tasks is what will enable the Lean Sandwich Shop to reduce their total process cycle time and total task cycle time. That's a reduction in talk time from 60 to 53. That provides enough wiggle room to easily manage our daily production of 600 sandwiches per day, and also allow us to reduce our scrap rate from 10% to 5%, giving us a total savings of $169,200 annually. So, thanks guys. Appreciate you watching and listening. If you have questions or concerns, I'd love to hear. I'd love to talk through it. I'm interested to see other solutions that you guys came up with that are probably a little bit more creative than mine. I know that mine's not, really out of the box. I just wanted to find kind of the most simplified version of what the Lean Sandwich Shop could do to reduce scrap rate and also save some money. And I felt like reducing headcount while consolidating our utilization across the 4 different tasks was likely the best solution in this scenario. So thanks again, guys.